Good morning. Good morning, Frankfurt.
Hi.
Yay. So, good morning again. Thank you for welcoming me here today. Are there any central bankers here?
Next door, I think.
Any students? Like 5 or so. And the rest is from the corporate world, I assume, or from the ICO world. Let's see. All right. I want to start with my talk with an announcement. The death of the currencies. Why is this the case? I'm going to tell you a little bit later. But keep this in mind. So, do we really need blockchains everywhere? Should everybody get a blockchain or access to blockchain technology? We believe so, yes. So we need to facilitate way more transactions than we do now on this planet. There are still plenty of billion people unbanked without access to modern tools of, let's say, finance, but also identity or governance. And yeah, we are working on improving this. My name is Yanislav Malahov, and I'm here from Aeternity blockchain, which is a new blockchain for scalable smart contracts which interface with real-world data. You could also say a better Ethereum. So again, what we want to solve here is the scalability. We want to facilitate as many transactions as possible for the world, whatever type of transaction this is. We also want to improve the governance. And the core question which we need to ask us here is, how do we make collective decisions together on a global scale as well? And also one core thing which we improve with Aeternity is the Oracle system and the interface with the real world data, so that smart contracts can actually work on meaningful results. The scalability we're going to solve with state channels. Mainly, state channels are a way how state of smart contracts does not need to be written to the blockchain every time there's a computational step, even not at the beginning. You just keep it among the counterparties, this contract, the smart contract, inside the state channel, and you are able to essentially do an almost infinite amount of transactions inside the state channels. And in case there's a disagreement about the current state of the contract, so, for example, one of the counterparties just disappears, goes offline, corrupts, then it would be settled and enforced by the blockchain acting here as a crypto court. Who knows this dog?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, so we have about 4 or 5 people here from the crypto sphere. So, the oracles are something which is also crucial to essentially any closed system. So how does the real world data get into this system, into this blockchain world? And we use a well-defined concept of oracles so that you can also do some proofs to the data. Whereas, for example, in Ethereum, there essentially, when it started, there was no standard. It was just plain smart contracts as in code, but no real standard to work with this. The governance will be solved via delegated weighted voting, where one token represents one vote, and the vote can be delegated, and it's fully transparent on the blockchain, which is very important here as well, so that there's no more doubt about certain decisions of the users of the platform, of the community, of the people. And the mining algorithm, you might know that a real blockchain needs to have proof of work according to the original definition. So we also have proof of work, and we use a more egalitarian proof of work, which is, let's say, even mineable on smartphones without a loss of performance by several magnitudes, as we have seen with SHA-256 and Bitcoin mining. So we use for the core blockchain, we use a programming language which is called Erlang from Sweden, very much used in telecoms. Some people say the 4G, 5G network runs on Erlang. I have not checked this. Is anybody here from the telecom industry? Financial industry who is using Erlang? also not, but yeah, Erlang also gets used in the financial industry. So everywhere where it's important to have distributed, fault-tolerant, and non-stop applications which are not allowed to simply go offline. And so this is how we build our very scalable core, blockchain core, essentially the new backend. Here's a little overview over what we are doing. And so again, the core is built in Erlang. We do an alternative implementation in Elixir. Elixir is a programming language which runs also on the same virtual machine as Erlang, so makes use of the same features as the Erlang programming language, just in a, let's say, in a more modern way. It attracts lots of Ruby on Rails developers. We also work on the mobile-facing, user-facing mobile applications in JavaScript and HTML, so that they also run on the web and on iPhone and Android at the same time. We have also a hardware wallet prototype. So I imagine that in, let's say, 2-3 years from now, there will be ubiquitous access to hardware wallets, so that we can, make more or better use, or let's say, we will be more safe when we use crypto. So it's not a good idea to use a general purpose computational device to sign transactions to keep your private key on. We have already seen several hardware wallets in the crypto world. One is the Ledger and the Trezor, which are, I think even now they're sold out. You need to wait for a couple of weeks or months even to get one. We have also founded a charitable foundation, actually two, one in Vaduz in Liechtenstein and one in Sofia in Bulgaria. And an incubator program will be announced shortly. This is parts of our team, mainly the Erlang core developers and some app developers, just a couple days ago in London. This is Liechtenstein, where our company is based and headquartered, and as well as the foundation. It looks very much like Frankfurt. You can have lots of work there if you want, and enjoy the view from high above. And then again, back to the apps. You can check a few prototype apps out on apps.com. They're working prototypes. They work on your mobile. For example, one voting app where you sign digitally your votes and publish them on a website, as well as on the blockchain. And a proof of existence app, which makes it possible that you save a proof of any documents, put it on the blockchain, and this way you are able to prove that this document existed at a certain time and that you had access to it. This is our wallet prototype. We have already a better one, actually. A picture of our dev meetup. It's our, 150 years of Erlang experience in one room. We have also now an incubator program and a co-working space in Vaduz, in the capital of Liechtenstein, with about 600 square meters, where we want to attract startups to build upon Aeternity blockchain, upon our smart contract platform, and work together on more apps to make more use of the project, of the products, to as many people as possible. So here's another overview. All right. How many minutes do I have still? Okay. So there's still more time. All right. So another overview of the project. So some of you may know we did a contribution campaign in April and May last year, and we collected enough Ether and Bitcoin to fund lots of different projects, and now even also venue and new companies in the ecosystem of Aeternity. And the company which is kickstarting all this is the Eternity Anstalt in Liechtenstein, and we have Elixir blockchain, Erlang blockchain. Then the Ventures, which is a pro-profit company which works on the incubation of projects inside this ecosystem. I mentioned hardware wallets and the co-working space. There's another one we will open up in Berlin pretty soon. And yeah, we have also several partnerships with educational institutions such as the Software University and Sofia in Bulgaria. And yeah. All right. So I start my talk with an announcement that currencies are dying. It's not just fiat currencies. I think generally all the currencies are dying. We're here at the Digital Asset Conference. It's not called the Digital Cryptocurrency Conference. Is Bitcoin a currency or is it a digital asset? So this is a good question, but why were currencies invented originally? So lots of people say that they were invented in order to facilitate trade, in order to make it easy to exchange goods and services in a bigger population or in a bigger community where not everybody wants the same things or services. And as soon as we get into the digital world, where essentially a transaction is almost free, and even if you do several transactions in a row, it's very cheaply, and you can essentially connect all the digital assets in a chain of exchanges to exchange them from one to another, then there's no more real need for, let's say, one big currency. So you are still able to transact, to exchange value among your peers in the community in order to get to things which you want, simply by using the assets which you believe in. So, for example, you might believe in gold, you might believe in the Frankfurt School of Economics, you might believe in a blockchain, or you might believe in Jesus coin. And I hope that in the future we will have choice, and I think there's no more reason that we shouldn't have choice in this new digital era which we are breaking into. And are there any questions to this here? Yeah.
So, what is the SEC going to do if we start paying with digital assets, which they deem to be securities, and we make just currencies out of them?
This is a very good question. I'm not a lawyer. I am not American. I'm European, and my background is technology. And I can't give you an exact answer to this. I've heard lots of rumors about the SEC, but there's also a reason why we are not in, let's say, why we are in Liechtenstein, because there's a very stable system, and there's it's open-minded. And even if the SEC wants to ban things, or I don't know, America wants to ban things, it's a little bit difficult to stop these things in a global, decentralized world. And there are countries in the world where this will be, I mean, there are already there's already regulation passing, or frameworks to regulate digital assets. For example, in Malta, or in I think Estonia, for example, and Switzerland has also passed some regulation or the law about ICOs. So I don't think it's relevant what this SEC will want to achieve. Is it stoppable? I don't think so either. So it has lots of traction. There are lots of users, lots of big community behind this. It's what people want. There might be some attempts to stop it, but I don't think this will work in the long run. And this is my talk. You can write me or follow me on Twitter. And actually my presentation is not on the blockchain, but you can still trust me.